Another Trump tape bomb. Are bears starting to make a move again? Let's get into our daily SPY analysis and find out here. Today is Thursday, February 6, 2025. Again, please give the video a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Lord knows there's plenty of large accounts out there that are telling you the wrong things, and you guys are subscribed to them. You shouldn't be subscribed to them. Subscribe here. And maybe at some point, if we get to 5,000 subscribers, we'll do, maybe I'll do a free webinar for everybody. Outside of that, come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. I'm doing the video a little early today. I'm trying to get myself prepped for Amazon earnings, which we're going to be doing after the bell in the live stream with members. But anyways, let's get into another tape bomb here. And we actually, if you catch the short video from this morning, if you're subscribed to the channel, you've been able to catch this trade here that we did in the trading room just a few minutes ago. And I said 603, look for that to get pierced. And that's your dip buy. And got a nice quick one off on SPXL for about, 50, 60 cents on there. So nice little scalp. That was the trade of the day. I mean, we were just kind of just stuck in this range here. And for me personally, I still have an ES runner that's got a deep profit embedded into it. And it's just a runner position now. So we're just kind of seeing what happens here as we get into an Amazon earnings and a non-farm payroll. I don't think Amazon earnings is going to be that big of a deal, to be honest. Because look it's a smaller company than Google, and Google tanked yesterday and we pumped anyway. So unless Amazon completely wipes out, which by the way, if you want the levels, here you go. 220 and 210 on the downside. I don't think we're going to 210. That'd be a massacre. And then 250. So that's kind of your range here for Amazon. We'll see what happens. But market is bouncing right now. If we can reclaim this pivot that we just dipped from right here, 604-ish SPY. I would think I was calling it 6085 on 6085 on ES right there. Then we can rally up here, and it's just a quick move. Now, this is something else I said to members this morning, first thing in the morning, before we got into the trading room, before the market opened. I said, look for them to front run Friday action. What I mean by that is, we go out to a 4-hour time frame. Look at this. I mean, it's the same thing, right? Up move, attempted breakout, Friday tape bomb, up move, pull back, attempted breakout, Friday tape bomb, up move, pull back, up move, Thursday tape bomb, right? So they're kind of conditioning you to get ready for that tape bomb, or traders are just being smartasses and they're like, oh, we're getting in front of that trade. They're trying to get in front of that trade. Now there was some Trump tax news, about changing some, I think the carried interest tax rate. It doesn't matter. The point is that there was news there that caused it, but you're seeing traders start to front run that. And that usually offers opportunity if you know what to look for, because they're not going to do the same trick 3 times in a row. It's just not going to happen. And if they do dump us tomorrow, expect something to change Monday or next week, where either we're just going to keep dumping Monday or we just pump right through the highs, right? Or maybe we try to sell tomorrow and then we pump up, put in a higher low and then we take off to the highs. Why that could be a possibility here is you look at sentiment. And again, this is now at 43% bears. This right here was the highest. 40.6 was the highest since November, I believe it was the 2nd or the 3rd, 2023. So that was this week right here. And we just took that out. Additionally, I did this whole video yesterday about the McClellan too. On the weekly, it's buried. So it's down there. That's where, in fact, the McClellan on the weekly, now I can officially say this, is the lowest point since that exact same time. So we've got sentiment lining up. We've got breadth lining up. So we could be seeing, a squeeze here if they try to push it down. Now, I'm not saying that has to happen, but the way that this is set up could be suggestive of that. And by the way, I think it's funny. These, I know some people are just joking when they say this, but oh, you can't trade this. You can't use technical analysis in this market. That is complete and utter bullshit. That is the only way you can trade this market, right? That is the only way. Quantitative and technical analysis, we told you 603, that was the buy. Like that, does I just make that up, right? If you're trying to trade this off of news, you're getting hosed. That is the only way to trade this type of a tape here, and it's proof of that right here. But in any case, markets, levels respecting well. IWM 230, that was the high of the day. Dow 250, 450, got very close, and we backed off pretty nicely there. Structurally, again, like I said yesterday, I wouldn't be, looking at this tight kind of bull flag here, a kind of a rounded base bull flag. Yeah, I could see it coming back down one more time. But until something changes, you have to stick with the trend here. We want to talk about distribution and all this other stuff, reverse repo running out. Yeah, maybe that's a thing here. But I mean, you got to go with price action. Another thing too, if the low end does come down, which it's maybe starting to, look at the FTSE. This is a very nice base here, and that broke out very, very sharply. The DAX at all-time highs. Right, so even Europe is breaking out, and that's with them cutting rates pretty aggressively. So interest rate cutting, and if we do have a slowdown, jobs come in weak tomorrow, that doesn't mean the market has to go down. Nothing means anything, right? The market will do what it wants to do, and it'll trap the most amount of people trying to fade it. So just be aware of that. Right now, again, levels are, again, pretty well respecting here. Let's see if we can get back above that level. It's trying to. QQQ is still kind of in a range right now. IWM, nice bounce off the 10-minute 200. Amazon after the bell, obviously. Everything else is kind of hanging in there, though. But we'll see if that breadth becomes a thing with McClellan. Obviously, 610 is your macro level. 608 would have been intraday resistance at around 6100 ES. We still have a shot to get there. And again, non-far payroll is going to be very trappy tomorrow. So there will be a trap in the morning. It just depends on which direction it's going to be in. 600 is still your macro support. We're above that in positive gamma territory. So simple, keep it simple there. Qs are flat on the day. Kind of a tight range, honestly. Everybody's favorite, Palantir, new all-time high. That's helping out IGV, although IGV backing off now that we just had that little dip there. Microsoft was strong today as well, kind of coming out of a range. It did back off, though. But the Qs, again, nothing really changing there. 530 is still a little bit of a headwind. 525 still kind of an equilibrium point. And, again, as we know, 21.5 on the NQ. Russell, again, 230. If this can put another higher low, I think if this can test 225 again and pass, I think this can actually put in a breakout here. I like this pattern. I like some of these other different sectors. Like look at XLB. Not a bad bull pattern. Nice little test there. XBI as well. Not a bad pattern. Almost kind of, you got the falling wedge. You almost got an inverse head and shoulder look. Gap down, got bought, and now it's basing. So there's certain sectors that look kind of like this. We cover VNQ every day. Kind of a sloppy action there. XHP not so much. I guess that should have been a bad example. XLV though with a nice inside pattern here. Some of these lesser cared about sectors that kind of follow the Russell a little bit more have that same type of look. Dow here again, just kind of hammering, basing beneath the all-time high. Semis down 84 cents, but again, tight range, tight range. We still got an hour left here. So again, I'm doing this video a little early. And we could reject too. I mean, this could easily reject here. But again, be careful because a lot of people are front running a Friday sell-off. So someone's going to get rug pulled tomorrow. Just a matter of who. So yeah, IGV down there. Transport's flat. They started off strong and came back in. Still struggling with 16.2. You see rates here. The 2-year bond is still holding up. So again, this is suggestive that rates are going to come down if this plays out to the upside, which I believe it will. That said, I don't think the long end is quite ready yet. I don't think ZN is ready. I definitely don't think ZB is ready, and specifically TLT. Like we just smashed into this resistance. We called the target perfectly. $90, so it's very good trade for us. But this whole spot right here, right? It's a lot of resistance. So it's not likely we're going to break through that on one try. It's going to need some consolidation. So I think if anything, the twos might come down, the long end would stay firm. Then I think the long end could go to 93. But like I said yesterday, I think a lot of people are already chirping about this slowdown, and they were really quiet a month ago, but now they're all, no, now it's, inflation's defeated. Yeah, by the way, I just bought groceries again, today, and I don't think it's defeated, but that's another discussion. Anyway, XHB down 30 cents here, trying for a higher low, kind of a sloppy pattern, not the greatest. So bears trying to get control of this. If rates come down though, that will help. VNQ, again, red on the day, but it made a higher high. So it's trying. It's definitely trying, but yeah, you need to clear that 92 and a quarter. There you go, right to 92 and a quarter, like we've been saying every day here. So that's the clearly resistance. Here's the bull's best friend right now. XLF up 23 cents, new all-time high. The trifecta: JPM, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs at new all-time highs. So they're all right there. So that's a good sign. KRE also with a higher high, breaking above that red breakdown bar. And if it can close above 65.11, which is above right now on the weekly, that negates that whole sell. By the way, you still have a bullish inside bar here on the weekly too, going back to the election. Never got closed below, never got taken out. So KRE is still building up. And then there's KBE as well, just saved by the skin of its teeth a few weeks ago. So they're fins are good. That's a positive, big positive for bulls. And broker dealers new all-time highs too. Oil's been a mess. I have not traded this. I wanted to the other day, but it just didn't get an entry. But this is coming down. I think 70 is pretty good right now. Yeah, maybe it overshoots to like 69. Maybe we can take a fib here. It's into the 50% now. I don't like how we bounced and already kind of came back down. I'm sure the 4 hours grounded out. Sellers are probably exhausted, but yeah, I just don't know. I just don't know if I have enough there. I'd like to see one more good flush out on it. I just don't have enough to go off of with that. XLE coming back in. And remember I said this might go to double bottom. So it might. I just don't have an interest in predicting it right now. XOP a little bit weaker. OIH here down as well. Had a good day last 2 days. Came right back in. Uranium still dealing with that inside bar on all of these, so be careful with these stocks. Bearish. Nat gas today. Oh, 2.4. Higher high, it held up well after inventories. Not much to say there. If you're long, just keep trailing it. So $3 is a good buy, obviously, and it's held up pretty well. Kind of in the middle of no man's land right now, though. Dollar getting a bounce, but it came off the highs again. And yeah, again, same thing. Bears want to see this taken out. Bulls want to see it, but right above. But weekly could be a little reversal there. Gold backing off, but dip bought already. Same thing with silver. Silver's pattern is maturing again. So again, it's the same thing. Break out of the wedge. You had the inside bar, never closed below. It's doing the same thing now. Platinum and palladium, kind of a split there. Still kind of trending up right now, although palladium down a little bit today. And then copper, still green on the day, made a higher high, but it did pull back in. So that might need to do a little more basing, but I like the pattern here. It definitely needs to base a little bit, I think. And crypto, not really a great day, all things considered. So alts were a little soft. We did hear some whispers about more Tether getting printed, so we'll see if that's a positive. But yeah, it's normal to retrace these wicks. Like when you have a big slice, like look at how long it took this to kind of work that off. Even like this right here, that wick, it took a little bit of time. So it's kind of like it shocked the market a little bit. So this could trade in a range for a little while. I'm just looking at ETH right now, but short term, maybe if it can reclaim 3, maybe it could squeeze back up. But we'll see. They have been printing some Tether again. I'd like to see Bitcoin back above 100 though to kind of confirm some strength though. But right now, kind of been softening up a little bit lately. So it's a little after 3 again. I know it's a little early here, but let's take a look. Yeah, so we're just kind of inside right now. VIX's catching a little bid. Didn't quite get to my buy level, but that's okay. So again, I figured they would try to front run this. This is one of the things I said very first thing in the morning, that somebody was going to try and front run a Friday sell. And we'll see if they end up getting rug pulled here. If we reclaim this area, that's just going to be another liquidity grab here on the E-mini. And we've seen a lot of those. So just be careful trading tomorrow. It's non-farm payroll. It's going to be a lot of traps. But again, market here, again, above 605 would be your next big level for the spiders to reclaim. And then obviously 610. It's been hit 3 times, going on 4 now. So I don't think another test really holds it. Again, I wouldn't be against one more higher low here, though, for the bulls. Bears, I mean, it's pretty simple. You got to do a lot of damage. You got to break 6 and then 595. And then below that, you've got this trend line down here, too. But I was just checking here in real time, the McClellan again. That's past some pretty good levels here. I know everybody's going to say, well, what did it, Aaron, it got that oversold back then because we were in a bear market. So unless that changes here and we turn into a bear market right now, that's not likely. So anyways, guys, I'll wrap it up here. Again, you guys take care. Again, don't forget to come find me on carnivoretrades.com. I'll see you guys all tomorrow.